The scariest thing in this film is the kid's mural in his room. Who the hell would have that in their room? Hello everyone, my name is Hector. This is Everything Horror, where we like to talk about everything horror. And in today's video, we are going to talk about Brahms' The Boy 2. Brahms, The Boy 2 is about this family that moves to the estates of where the original film took place. They move there because there is some traumatic event that occurs, and while living there, their son befriends a creepy freaking doll, and his name is Brahms. Alright, you guys, I'm going to keep this straightforward. This movie is a snooze fest. It is directed by the same directors as The Boy, which doesn't really make sense because they bury their own film. This movie stars Katie Holmes, Owain Yeoman, and Christopher Convery. The first hour is just the freaking doll just moving its eyes, turning its head, and it freaking gets old, okay? It gets old, and it becomes laughable as the film goes on. And that's what these movies, Annabelle's, and all these creepy doll movies that have been coming around, they're all the same now. And this movie does try to go for something different at the end, but it just doesn't make any sense. And oh my god, the freaking dream sequences. I am so freaking tired of dream sequences in horror movies. I just want to rip out my hair. What the heck is going on, man? Why are horror directors, horror writers putting in dream sequences, dream sequence after dream sequence? This is all this movie was dream sequences. And they do it to get a cheap scare. There are parts in this movie where nothing happens. The character just turns around and they blast loud music to scare you. And there's nothing. Like, what? What are these studios thinking nowadays? It's crazy. I just don't get it. The actors try to do the best with what they got. Katie Holmes, I feel bad for her being in this movie. Because there's some parts where I couldn't help but laugh with some of her facial expressions. It definitely looked like she didn't want to be there. And I wouldn't blame her. You just gotta collect that check, I guess. There are some scenes in here that are straight up funny that you're definitely not supposed to be laughing at. Supposed to be taken more seriously, but holy crap, it's just hilarious. There's a part where they're walking... they're taking a stroll through the forest, and this is when the child character Jude, he finds the boy, the doll, and the parents are just trotting along, looking at the house, and then holy crap, they realize, and it's just hilarious the faces they make when they realize that Jude isn't with them. I feel like I'm getting into spoilers here. If you don't want to listen to spoilers, just skip ahead. But I'm not talking about anything, major in the film. It's just something that happens, but it's not something major within the film. The kid character Jude, because of the traumatic event that occurs, he doesn't want to talk. He becomes a mute. There's a part in the film where they're in the house, the scary house. Like in the original movie, and tension is building up. Katie Holmes is there confronting her child, and then her child speaks. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're talking," and it just takes all the tension away. And all of a sudden, there's like a jump scare, somebody rattling the door, and I just couldn't help but laugh. I just bursted out in laughter, and then I kid you not. It's the dad. He opens the door, and then the kid talks. He's like, "Oh my god, you're talking!" oh, you can't make this stuff up. The strangest thing about this film is that they retcon the original. It's so weird. When it was happening, I couldn't believe it. It's a very strange choice. There's a lot of strange choices in this film. Editing wise, there's parts where Katie Holmes is realizing something, and the cam gets shaky, and it doesn't happen anywhere else in the film. It's just for they do it twice in that scene, and then it's gone. It was a very strange editing choice. Usually, you just want to stick with that, hazy, muffled sound effect. But yeah, it just looks like they were really gripping at straws at what they could do for a sequel. Now, the first 15 minutes of this film, I was actually liking it. It starts with that traumatic event, and it really caught me off guard. And I was actually, liking where the film was going, and then, oh my gosh, it just gets so tropey, and it gets old. Right, you guys, I am rating Brahms, The Boy 2, 0.5 stupid looking dolls out of 5. If you are flipping through channels on your TV and it lands on this movie and the controller dies, that's the only reason I would justify watching this film. Anyways, you guys, what did you think of Brahms, The Boy 2? Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen it. If you like this review, definitely give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, while you're there, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Anyways, my name is Hector. This is Everything Horror. Take care, peeps.